In today's economy, more people than ever are looking to buy and sell businesses. But how do you do it? Welcome to the Deal Board, presented by Transworld Business Advisors. Straight talk about real deals and real people. Listen to stories, interviews, and expert advice to help your business sale, merger, or acquisition process. Now, here are your business exit experts, Andy and JT.
This is the Deal Board, and I'm JT Jim Tatum with Transworld Business Advisors. In this episode, my co-host Andy Cagnetta sits down with Seth Greene from Market Domination to talk about a powerful lead generation tool that helps business owners turn content into qualified leads. They get into how to use LinkedIn more effectively, how AI can automate outreach without sounding robotic, and why most people are leaving opportunities on the table by not leveraging their existing network. Seth also shares some creative ways that the tool is being used, not just for business, but also for fundraising and charity campaigns. So if you're a business owner or a business buyer about to own your own business and you're looking for smarter, more efficient ways to generate leads, this episode is definitely for you. Remember, you have landed at the Deal Board. So let's get into it.
Transworld Business Advisors is the world's largest business brokerage and mergers and acquisitions firm with over 1,000 brokers and nearly 250 offices worldwide. Transworld's team handles thousands of business sales every year. To be connected with a qualified business broker or learn more about the buying and selling process, visit tworld.com or call 800-205-7605.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is the Deal Board, and I have a returning guest. I have Seth Greene from Market Domination. We had so much to talk about last time, and we were talking about writing books and podcasts and content creation. And, we were talking offline, and he said, I have this really good tool that helps you get all that content to the right people and create leads. And I'm like, we need to talk about that. So here we are. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to be back.
So tell me about this tool. Tell me what it is. Tell me how it works. Tell me everything.
Sure. So we call it affectionately Unlimited Leads for Life. And the concept that I built it on. So I started in the financial services industry 26 years ago. And wow. I was a college and I still own that business. I have great people who run it. But I was a college financial aid negotiator, helping parents cut the cost of tuition by like $37,070 a year.
Wow.
And you would think with results like that, they'd be singing my praises from the rooftops and I'd be getting referrals left and right. But that wasn't the case. Even though we exceeded their expectations and did a phenomenal job, in my opinion, we'd get great testimonials, but I figure, hey, if you have high school age kids, your kids know other kids, other parents of high school age kids, I would get referrals like one or two at a time. I'd be like, where's my leverage? And I got really frustrated, and out of frustration comes, light at the end of the tunnel. And I said, hey, wait a second. These families, the parents are friends with all the other high school parents on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever network. The guidance counselors who see those kids, some of them are on public social media, some of them hide. But the accountants, the lawyers, everyone else who serves the sports teams, all are on social media and everybody follows them. And so I started off using manual labor, doing I would go to a parent that was a client of ours. I would go to their Facebook. I would go to their friends list. I would scroll through one at a time. I would sit there for hours trying to figure out and click on each person. Hey, is this the right person? Do they look like they have high school age kids? Awesome. I'm going to friend them and start a conversation and say, hey, I noticed you're friends with Bob. We're friends with Bob. How do you know Bob? And start a conversation. And it worked, but it was a lot of time consuming manual labor. And obviously the more successful I got, the quicker I ran out of time, right? You got to serve the existing clients. You don't have time to prospect anymore.
Right.
So I would hire appointment setters. I would hire prospectors and in our various businesses, and they would do the same thing, but they would go, man, this is a lot of manual labor. You got anything more interesting for me to do? Right? I had my now 16-year-old daughter at one point prospecting for us every day on LinkedIn. And she'd go, Dad, it's really, really boring. But I'm messaging hundreds of people. I'm copying and pasting for you. I'm doing all this stuff for you. It's really boring. But it worked. So I said, there's got to be a better way. And we built software that does all of it, including some AI, but it looks like a human. Because on social media, the term scraping is a very bad word. Yeah. All of these social networks have rules. You cannot scrape. But I'm not scraping. I am importing. And the big difference is it's legal if I literally scroll my mouse, click on their profile, look through their profile, look through their about page, look through a bunch of things like a human would do, like I used to do. So we built software that does the same thing. You will literally watch your mouse move on the screen. You will literally watch it go scroll up, scroll down, scroll around, click around like a person would do to see if this person in the United States. Does this person have a picture on their profile? Has their person posted in the last 30 days? How many followers or friends do they have? How many connections do we have in common? What is their job title? Like, it will do everything you would do manual that I used to do via manual labor, but it's automated and does all the work for me. And the cool part is I can then, using that software, I can go to anyone else's social media following. So I could go to basically the way it works right now is it's on like 16 different social networks. So it works on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Telegram, Discord, Slack, Pinterest, School, Nextdoor, WhatsApp, YouTube, Reddit, and go high level. And I can go to Andy Cagnetta. I can go import all of your friend list if I wanted, or your connections on LinkedIn or wherever. I could then say, hey, look, Andy posted our podcast episode. So full disclosure, this is going to happen. Andy's going to post our podcast episode. And there might be 100, I'm making up a number, 50, 100, 200 people who like it, comment it, interact with that post. I'm going to push a button. I'm going to import those 200 people into my software and say, hey, looks like you like the Andy podcast Andy Cagnetta did where he interviewed me. How do you know Andy? And they're going to say, oh, I'm at Transworld. I'm a friend. I play guitar, whatever it is. And then it's going to start conversations, nurture those people, and the people who are appropriate, right? The person who is a consumer, who's 72, who's retired, who just bought a guitar, I can't help. But the Transworld rep, the other business colleagues who are growing their businesses and are interested in marketing, I can turn into leads, ultimately book appointments on our calendar, and ultimately the goal being acquire new customers.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously it works. It's worked for you. It's worked for other clients.
Yes. There are literally now, we licensed it. We now literally have thousands of users running this software every single day. You can run multiple, we call it a pipeline, like a series of messages. You could run a pipeline on LinkedIn. You could run a pipeline on Facebook. You can't run 7 pipelines on the same social network, right? Because LinkedIn will say you can only connect with 200 people a week. You're connecting with too many people. We're going to shut you down for spam. So, for example, I'm running a LinkedIn pipeline right now. I'm running a Facebook pipeline right now. I'm running a Twitter pipeline right now. I'm running 4 or 5 different pipelines, generating different types of leads at the same time all day on different social networks.
For your different businesses.
Yes. And we figured out that we've built a number of different, what we call a flow, a series of messages. So, and I'm happy to share some of them with your listeners, and they can use it themselves via manual labor.
Yeah.
If they want to automate it, they can come talk to us. But the 4 basic ones that anybody should start with are: you have connections or followers yourself. You have friends on Facebook, you have connections on LinkedIn, you have followers that you don't have a way to talk to. Right? If you've got 2,000 connections on LinkedIn, I know you got way more than that, but some of those people are people you don't know who just friended you and you just said, okay.
Right.
Or they might be people you know, but you haven't talked to in forever.
Right.
Right. So you don't have a way to get a message out to I've got 15,000 LinkedIn connections. I can't say, hey, LinkedIn, send a message to my 15,000 connections. They won't do it. But I could import my 15,000 connections into my software and start sending. I'm already connected to them. So all I got to do is start sending messages.
Right.
And I can do it this way at scale.
That's amazing. That's
Thank
really
you.
amazing. So, just to give me an idea of like some of the people out there in the world that would, obviously Transworld folks, right? But I would imagine this be great for insurance people. It'd be great for realtors. It would be great for investment advisors.
You're absolutely right. So professional practices are our bread and butter. So Transworld, financial advisor, insurance agent, real estate agent, CPA, accountant, attorney, financial advisor, think white collar, high ticket, right? I wouldn't use this to sell a $7 slice of pizza down at the pizza place down the street. The ROI wouldn't be there and you'd have to move a lot of pizza.
Right.
But one house sale, one commercial mortgage, one deal covers you probably for an entire year's worth of what it costs to have the software.
Right.
If not more.
And how does the software deliver the lead to you? Is that something you wake up in the morning and you get a bunch of leads, or you're in the software and you're interacting with some of the leads?
So you are in the software. Most of our users will run it once. You can even set it up on automations and tell it, I'll keep my computer open, but at 9 a.m. every day, I want you to do this. I want you to run this pipeline. And at 9:30, I want you to connect to 30 people for me. And then at 9:30, at 4 p.m., I want you to go check and see if any of those people connected with me. And if any of them accepted my request, I want you to move them to the next step in the pipeline where I send my first message. So you could set up the automations to all run on its own, or we have folks who are just getting started who want to see it work. They want to see the magic. So they will push the button at 9 a.m. and say, go, and watch it do its thing.
Right.
And then it will move people over each step through the pipeline. And you can say, oh, look, it will tell you, you have people who replied. You should go message back to them. Or do you want AI to write a couple messages? Like, it's got all kinds of functionality.
Wow. That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's great. It sounds like a great tool for people. And, so why is social media a great platform for this?
So I replaced 2 appointment setters with it because now I can just run this and book my calendar. Why? The other thing we didn't talk about is if you or your competitors are running paid social media advertising, like you're running Facebook ads, you're running LinkedIn ads, or someone who is a competitor is running LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever ads, I could go put this on their ad and say, give me everybody who interacted with their ad and put them into my software.
Right.
So I could literally co-op somebody else's ad budget. But why social media is such a good place for this is because social media basically finished eliminating privacy. Your friends list, your connection list, your advertising is all public. So that's why it works. If you had, for example, my 16-year-old daughter has a nonprofit media property called the Clear Media Project. She wants to be a journalist when she grows up. So I said, you don't have to wait. You could start right now. So she writes articles about current events in the news every single day. And she said, Dad, she's 16. So I want to grow my Instagram following. And I said, I'll give you my software. I won't charge it because you're my daughter. So every day she runs it and she's growing her Instagram following. And one of the things we found is if your Instagram account, like if your Facebook account, your Instagram account is private, then this doesn't work, right? So it skips a lot of private people. Like she picked a post by a newspaper in the UK, the London Times, I think. And a lot of the Instagram people who followed the London Times in the UK, they had their accounts as private, so it wouldn't work. So I said, why don't you focus on the US where we don't care as much about privacy? So it works as long as their accounts are public, which at least in the United States, most of us are displaying without realizing it. Our friend list, our connections, all that data is public, which is why it works.
That's great. So obviously it sounds like a great tool that people could use to market, and obviously marketing is more important than it's so hard to cut through. I think that's one of the reasons that this is so intriguing.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. I mean, if you look, I'm sure your LinkedIn inbox, for example, looks like mine. And that means that you get like 10 at least spam messages on LinkedIn a day of people you've never met saying, book a demo, I'll give you a Starbucks gift card of whatever, or hey, Andy, buy my stuff. You're like, I don't even know you. Why are you telling me to go buy buy stuff? Like, we got to get to know each other first. And I think that's one of the reasons why this works so well, is because it mimics the actual stages of a real human relationship, right? You wouldn't walk into a networking event for people and walk up to someone you had never met before and say, hi, you don't know me, but I think you should become a Transworld rep and write me a really big check.
Right.
Right. If you walked around the room going, here's my card, buy my stuff, they call security and get you thrown out. Right. Those LinkedIn people who spam you all day eventually get kicked out. That's not how human intimacy, human relationships work. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Andy. What's your name? How'd you get to this networking event? What are you doing here? What do? You married? Tell me about your kids. Like, you bond, and this software allows you to do that, but do it at scale.
Right. And I guess that's AI at its best, right? It's artificial, but it's intelligent, right?
And the good news is our software was built before AI. So you don't have to, AI can help you write the messages, but we provide all of our most proven, our 8 most successful pipelines. We provide all of the messaging, and all you have to do is change it. You can make up your own if you want. So it's not like AI is going off to the races and having total conversations as you. AI is is analyzing the people, taking them through the steps. It can write messages for you, but honestly, 80% of the time, I just use the ones I've already written that I know work, as opposed to letting AI start writing messages, because even though our AI in it is good, I'm old school. I still prefer to create the template of the message myself and then let my software deliver it at scale.
Right. Well, that sounds like a better way to go anyway.
Because you can see it, like on LinkedIn, like I got 3 messages today going, I see you went to Syracuse University and you did it, right? And I'm like, that wasn't a person. They used AI to scrape my profile and send me this saying, and it's literally saying, go Orange. And I'm like, if you went to Syracuse, you would know nobody says go Orange. That's not the cheer. It's a dead giveaway that it's AI.
I didn't know that. What are they saying?
You didn't go to Syracuse.
Go Bayheim? What do we say?
No, he's not. No, I mean, when I was there in the late 90s, when we had a phenomenal basketball team, won some Final Fours, and had a phenomenal football team, at least at the time, the cheer was the Cuse is in the house.
Right.
My God. Oh, my God.
All right. That sounds like that's what the winning ways of the Syracuse Orangemen. So Seth, this sounds like a wonderful tool. How best should people get in touch with you and to learn more about it?
Yeah, if you just shoot, you know what? You can reply and blow up Andy's inbox, or you can shoot us an email, contact@marketdominationllc.com, mention the Deal Board podcast and say that you want the unlimited lead software, you want to learn more, and one of our assistants will happily set up a time, get you more information, or set up a time to chat.
It sounds like a wonderful tool. Everybody's looking for more leads these days. Everybody's looking for ways to leverage I have 20,000 people on my LinkedIn, and I don't do a great job of leveraging it. And, and not only do I want to leverage it for my business, but, I have some causes that are near and dear to my heart. So I have some ideas for some pipelines. So I'm looking forward to leveraging this as well. So Seth, that was great. Thank you.
Well, you are very welcome. It's interesting that you mentioned causes, because we actually I didn't originally think of that, but we got hired by a personal injury law firm of all places that said, can we use this for a charity fundraiser?
Yeah.
Can we go use this to message all of our connections and all of the charities connections and drive them to attend the fundraiser or donate? I said, oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. I love the do-gooder aspect. Of course you can. I never thought of that.
Right. Well, that's the first thing we're going to do when we get off this podcast. I'll work on that. So Seth, again, great tools from Market Domination. Thank you so much for being here on the Deal Board again.
Thanks again for having me back. It's always a lot of fun.
Hey, Andy, do you know what time it is?
What time?
It's time for Deal of the Week.
Ring the bell.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is Deal of the Week, and I am here with Bill Kleinschroot from Transworld Business Advisors of Gulf Coast. And because he's everywhere. He's Alabama, he's New Orleans, he's at Mississippi Coast. And you're doing great deals. You do a lot of larger deals. Tell us about the deal you just did.
Yeah, so literally they're signing the papers now with the notary. We've got a deal that I first met with. I told our agent, I said, there's no way we can be successful with this. They've only been in business for 6 months.
Wow.
And here we are. I'm wrong. And my agent's laughing about it because they're signing up, and we got an SBA loan.
Wow.
And a $1.1 million deal.
There you go.
Been in business for 6 months. The seller, is a nurse and had a IV hydration business franchise that started up and just went gangbusters right away. And she wanted to start a family and kind of change gears in her life. And it's like, everything coming together.
Wow. That's, listen, we talk a lot about that a lot of people don't think their businesses are sellable. But if you're in business and you're making money, we can sell your business.
No doubt. Just the fact that you're in less than a year, you don't even have a tax return to file.
Right. And we got an SBA loan. Well, that's the relationships we have with the banks and the sellers and the buyers because they have, the trust to get those kind of deals done. Wow. That's a great story, Bill. What's the best way to get in touch with you if somebody else has a deal you want to sell?
Gulf Coast at tworld.com. I look at that every day, all day, 24 hours a day.
There you go. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, JT, do you know what time it is?
Money time?
Almost. It's time for Listing of the Week.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And I have Matt Friscia here from Transworld Business Advisors of LaGrange. And he's all over the place. That's why I couldn't quite come up with it. So, Matt, you have a listing, right?
Yes, sir. We have a really nice irrigation company. It's been around for 100 years. 100 years. Yeah.
Gotta love those Chicago area businesses.
Right? Unbelievable. It is union-based. You do need there's a plumber that's got to be a part of it as well. But they have some really great accounts downtown with some rooftops and some other things. They certainly do residential, but a lot of good commercial accounts as well.
Wow. How much are they asking?
Right now, I knew you were going to ask me that.
It's a moving target, right?
Well, exactly.
Approximately.
Approximately, I want to say we were at, like 600,000.
All right, and it's making a couple 100,000 or so?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some great ad backs in there and really nice salary that they're paying themselves as well.
Wow. So 100-year-old irrigation business, folks. Give Matt a call. Matt, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can tworld.com/LaGrange to just see all of our listings, and then 708-328-8800. Nobody remembers that, but it's or LaGrange at tworld.com.
There you go. Excellent. Thanks, Matt.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to the show today. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends on social media. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you have questions, would like to appear, or have suggestions for topics for the show, get in contact with us through our website, thedealboardpodcast.com.